Welcome back to the program. Glad you're with us. Let's see. Please join me in welcoming Hans van der Velde, and who is the CEO of Winair. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sok, for having me in your great show.
Oh, thank you for coming in. I have been a huge Winair fan since since before the dreaded storm of 2017. So it goes back even further than that. Please also welcome Pascalle Wong-a-Foe. We're the marketing manager. Welcome.
Thank you.
Get nice and close to the microphone.
Thank you for having me, Sok.
Always a pleasure. So I understand. So Helena, who was your predecessor,
Yes.
is she cousin?
She is a cousin.
that's
She's my
what she-
cousin.
That's what she told
Right.
me. That's what she told me is when we chatted. I remember the first ATR. I remember the second ATR. The third one just wasn't too long ago,
Last year, November.
and now the fourth one is here.
Yep.
Wow. What's an ATR for those who don't know?
Yeah, I prefer to speak about a 50-seater. That maybe that it's a bit more clear. So it's a bigger aircraft than
Yeah.
Winair used to fly with. So we now have five 20-seaters,
Mm-hmm.
which are twin otters, and we now have four 50-seaters. The ATR. It's just a brand of an aircraft.
I got to tell you, I love the Twin Otters. I have to be honest. I love the Twin Otters because I love the fact that I could see out of the front of the plane when we land.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about, landing, how spectacular
Yep.
the landing on St. Bart's is.
Well,
My favorite landing, Seba.
Seba.
I
Yeah.
love that plane.
Well, these are great aircraft. We operate already for 60 years,
Yeah.
and we will continue operating them for another 60 years, I guess. But you also have to be open about it. It's small aircraft,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
for flights of 10, 20, 30 minutes, it's okay.
Right.
But if you want to go to Curacao or Barbados or St. Lucia,
Yeah.
then they
So-
won't make it. So, so you need something else. You need something.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, I remember flying the ATRs a million moons ago when they used to. American Airlines used to have them in their fleet, and I remember my old life before radio. I remember I was always traveling, right? And I mean, I remember taking all the little short hops on, a short hop of an hour and a half, 2 hours on the ATRs. They're super comfortable.
Yeah, they're great aircraft exactly for that distance. So there are many of them around, which was one of the reasons for us to choose them. So it's a very well-known aircraft, which means that you can easily operate it, and it's designed for flights of let's say 1 to 2 hours, 2.5 hours maximum. And if you look at the islands we serve, well, most of them are at that distance. So it's a great aircraft to fly to St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Barbados, etc. So very happy to have now four of them.
That's a pretty. We have four. Four. That's just wild. Bravo.
Well,
I am so. Listen. I remember the early days when Winair was struggling, and I know Michael and the former administrator, the previous administration, did a whole bunch to try and turn things around. And I'm so happy to see under your leadership that we can. Here we grow again.
well, the airline is there for 60 years, so we have a great legacy. And yes, it had difficult times. I started myself 2 years ago, and well, we doubled our fleet in that time, and we're doing very well. And we think there are still quite some possibilities to grow further, as long as we keep on doing what we do. And it sounds maybe simple, but we deliver what we promise. So we promise a ticket, a flight at a certain time, and we do everything to live up to that promise. And in this area, there are quite some airlines that kind of, well, without issues, cancel flights, which was quite amazing for me because that's not the way to treat customers.
So, before Winair? Where were you?
Yeah, I worked 20 years in aviation and tourism in Europe, in the Netherlands, France, and Morocco.
Mhm.
So I've seen several countries and several ways of operating, and I'm very happy now to be in the island for 2 years to further help Winair develop.
This is a pretty nice place to call home. I have to be honest. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, with everything that has transpired, between the storms and COVID and everything else, people say, "Do you ever go, okay, I'm just done. I want to leave." And I'm like, "No, this is home. This is home. It really is. It's the people, it's the environment, it is the I don't know. Some people don't like the small town factor. I love the small town factor. I would say it in the morning on the radio. It gets repeated to me by lunchtime. Um, you know, and it's an amazing place. Great people that really do value um, the friendship, right? The friendliness, and that's why we're the friendly island. It's a pretty special place.
Well, for me, it's great that it's an island that's developing itself. So I mean, sometimes it's a struggle to go forward. I know, and there are lots of things you can say that are not working perfectly. But I've been around now in the Caribbean for 2 years, visited all our 17 destinations.
So you've done a little flying.
I've done a lot of flying with ourselves, also with competition, and also compared to competition, I'm always happy to see the winner product. But if you look at these other islands, well, St. Martin is doing pretty well compared to those. So sometimes we should be a bit more proud of what we're doing here, because yes, we can complain about GB, or we have hurricanes. Yes, that's true. But again, lots of things are doing well economically, with all the tourists coming this way, with the airport now reopened, and quite some rumors about extra airlines that will come to St. Martin. So I think we are in a great run.
I have to tell you, I said this to Mr. Cleaver the other day. I said to him, I've done in my old life, I've probably done, probably 3 million ish miles of travel, all work related. And of all the airports on the planet, I love our airport. I love to fly through our airport. We have the right blend of technology and friendliness and stuff to do when you're in the airport. That I love. I look forward to flying through Princess Juliana now. It is just a
Oh,
tremendous little airport.
yeah, we have been waiting for it a few years. Let's put it this way.
Yes.
But now it's here. It's you can feel it, you can hear it. Everybody's very happy with the airport. Also for passengers that come to the island, but also for passengers that go through the Caribbean via St. Martin. It's a great airport that handles passengers very efficiently. So yeah.
I had a friend of mine who was flying in from the U.S. and he remembers flying in, in all of the incarnations of Juliana before it was finished, and he remembers having long waits, and he had to make a connection, by a connection from the airport to a ferry to go going over to Anguilla for August Monday, and he messaged me. He landed. He said, "Hey, can you make a phone call and get me expedited?" And I said to him, "Listen, trust me,
You don't need it.
you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
You just don't need it anymore. It's that quick, especially if you fill out the form beforehand and you literally bang, you're in, you're out. It really is a spectacular experience. When you think about where Win Air has been and where Win Air is going, um, do you envision more destinations?
I will give an indirect answer. The answer is yes, by the way. But well, it's good to stress also that aviation in the Caribbean is very difficult. So I started 2 years ago, and in that time already three competitors went bankrupt. So we
Mm.
had Z Air in Curacao, we had Liat, we had Air Antilles.
Hmm.
So it's not easy to run an airline because it's all small islands with not too many people. So you have to be very precise in what we do. So we are as Winair, we are ambitious. We want to grow further, but with care. So don't go
Smart.
don't go too fast, because we've seen other airlines struggling with that. Having said that, we, as you said, Sok, we added our third ATR, now our fourth, and it's already fully scheduled. So
I love it.
so we still have destinations we want to go to, and it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the schedule. So
Right.
we are hoping to announce in, let's say, 1 or 2 weeks a brand new destination that's also new for the airport. So that would be a nice one. I'm sorry I can't reveal it right now because we still have paperwork to do. And it's not Grenada, for instance. It's not Trinidad, which are both destinations we want to add, but currently we can't. So, well, we need number 5 and 6 before we can do that.
Do you think that? I mean, how do you gauge? Where the demand is. It's great. So I want to go to this destination, but how do you gauge the demand? Because it's great to say we're going to go there, but if I can't fill the seats,
that's quite a complex thing. So we go to destination. You talk to the tourism office and to the government, and you try to assess if there are passengers. But sometimes it's difficult because if a destination is new, you simply don't know.
Right.
You can make a kind of a guess, but aviation is also sometimes a matter of trial and error. So this new destination that we're going to do, if it doesn't work out, okay, then after let's say 6 to 12 months, you stop and you try something else. So that's not bad, because if you don't do that, you never reach a new thing. So sometimes it's also a matter of entrepreneurship, trying something. So
and that's the nice part about being part of a smaller organization.
Yes,
entrepreneurship still lives.
Yes, definitely.
Still lives. So the new ATR you said the ATRs are 50 seats.
Yes, correct.
And what's the configuration inside the plane? Is it 3 and 3?
No, it's 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Yeah.
I like that. I became a snot over the years, right? I did so much air travel. I always want to sit up in the front, right? And it's nice when you don't have to. There's nobody's in the middle seat.
By the way, in the ATR, you want to sit in the back because the exit is in the back.
Okay.
So frequent travelers always choose their seats in the back because they're out first.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so when you board, do you board through the back, correct?
Yes, you board through the back, correct.
So you board the front of the you want to board last.
Yeah, you want to board last because you get out, but we have seats assigned. So the moment you book your flight, you will get a specific seat, and if you want to sit in the back, you can choose to do that.
And what is the leg? It's been so long since I've been on it. What's the leg room like? What's the overhead space like? Is this comparable to what you see on a bigger plane versus what we might be accustomed to on the Twin Otters?
Well, one of the good things of these ATRs are they are really designed for these type of routes. So you have quite some space overhead. So in the bins, there's quite some space to handle luggage, and the pitch is really fine. We never hear customers complaining about not enough leg room. The only thing is that in an aircraft like this with only 50 seats, you can't have let's say an economy class and a comfort or a business because the aircrafts are simply too small for that. So it's one configuration for all passengers.
And if there was a message, if there was something that you wanted to tell our listeners, both here on island and around the world about Win Air, what would that message be? What's the most important thing you want people to know about Win Air?
That we are an airline that values punctuality, that focuses on doing things. And again, it sounds simple, but doing things right, live up to our promise. So you can trust us in what we do. And of course, we also have sometimes issues with weather, etc. So it's never perfect for no airline. And of course, this weekend was a good example where we had to cancel a full day of flying.
Yeah, but listen, kudos to Win Air, because not only did you canceled, you did it with a fair amount of notice.
Yeah.
And you said we're going to resume, weather conditions permitting, at this day and time, and you lived up to what you said you were going to do. And
it indeed is a good example. So on Friday, it was still not very clear how Aaron would develop. So then as an airline, you have a choice. Either you wait until the moment it arrives with the risk that your passengers are very last minute informed, sorry, can't do that. And we decided around 11 that the situation was looking such that we said, okay, for Saturday, we're going to cancel everything. Because, as you say, at least we have the time to inform our customers, so they can adjust their plans.
Right.
So yeah. So
How did the resumption go yesterday?
yeah, that it.
I don't know I don't know the answer to the question.
No,
so shame on
so in situations like this, we sit together as company three times a day because a hurricane can develop in we know this at design, it can develop just like that.
Mm.
And at one moment on Saturday, we realized that in the morning, probably we could fly with the 50-seaters, the ATRs, and not with the Twin Otters. And that simply has to do with the specifications of an aircraft. If you make it a bit simplified, bigger aircraft can handle these windy situations better than smaller aircraft. So in the end, on Sunday, with the 50-seaters, we could start operating from the morning, and with the Twin Otters, the 19-seaters, from around noon. So then we picked up our program again. And of course, you then have passengers sitting around at all islands waiting for connectivity. Right. So it always takes 1-2 days to get back on your feet.
Right. I can imagine. How was I can just imagine when you shut a facility down, or all the inflowing flights for a particular day are canceled effectively, which was Saturday,
Yep.
and then you try and put twice as many people and twice as many flights through that same facility the next day. It just makes for a busy time.
The good thing is that most of our customers in this region, of course, know this can happen. So we don't have to explain too much that even after a stormy day, it takes a bit of time to get back on our feet, to get the schedule back again, which means that the first flights, often many people want to get on there, but they do understand it takes a bit of time. So I saw it this morning. I looked at our passengers to Curaçao, and we seem to be back okay again. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I dropped someone off who had missed their flight, got canceled on Saturday. Dropped someone off on Sunday in the morning. I want to say about 10 o'clock, and ultimately their flight didn't leave till 6 p.m. on Saturday, but they were flying standby, so that was why, for the huge delay, they were playing the game across the flights. But the one thing I can say, from the minute I pulled into Juliana on Sunday morning, there were lots of extra handlers. There were lots of extra people around to direct traffic. There were smiles on faces, and people were just doing their best to kind of jam 2 days worth of stuff through a single day. And bravo, because success.
Thank you
to everyone. So good news. What else should we? Anything special we should maybe give people a little bit of a heads up on, Pascalle? Anything we should tell people about? Maybe special marketing things.
Well, actually, we have a very special deal coming up.
We like that.
Yes, Winner is dropping the coconut deals again.
I love it.
Which is a deal that we already did before. It's all destinations for $19.99. $29.99 and $39.99.
So wait, back up.
Yeah.
Did I hear you correctly? $19.99,
$29.99, and $39.99. So we have 3 tiers.
Did Hans fall and hit his head? Did you? How did?
I will give the bad news later. But first,
yeah, we do a full 5-6 days of sales, which starts next week on the 26th of August, all the way through the 31st of August.
Brilliant.
Where you can book your tickets for those low fares. And then the travel dates are from the 1st of September to the 31st of March. So you have a lot of time. If you wanted to book that trip, you can book that trip for those low fares.
Wow.
Well, so the bad news is, and I want to use the momentum in your show to explain, the prices actually are that low. So it's $19.99, $29.99, or $39.99. But we have to add tax. And that's something, as an airline, you can't do anything about.
Right.
But sometimes people are surprised that, okay, but you advertise for $19.99, but in the end the price is $100. Correct, because it's tax that we have to pay also. So, but still, it's very very good fares. Yeah.
Well, you would pay the rate if regardless of the reduced fare, right? If you'd booked it at the regular fare,
you would also pay.
It would still pay the tax.
Yeah, correct.
That's brilliant. I always wonder, because like I watch a lot of these low cost airlines kind of flip up, build up, pop up over time, where you literally can, for $100 you can fly, 2 hours. And how do they do?
I
How did the economics of this work?
well, I can explain that, but I need about 30 minutes. But I'll do it. I'll do it in short. Well, one of the things is that yes, you can fly for a very low price on a Tuesday morning in September or November, because in real high season, these prices are definitely not that low. They're very high. And you have to pay for your bag. Maybe if you look at Spirit, you might need to pay $80, $19. So it's often not as cheap as it looks. But you're right, they can be very cheap. And if you have routes like, I don't know, New York to Miami, where you have literally per day 10,000s of passengers, yeah, then it's pretty easy to
you can make it.
to
Or
do
you
that.
fill
You
the
can
plane.
make it. You can make it work because exactly you fill the plane. You
Right.
fill the plane. Yeah.
I
It just
also want to mention something about regional travel because in Europe, when you can fly for cheap, you can fly within Europe with one departure tax. But our departure tax on these islands are different per island.
every island has its own.
Every island has its own departure tax.
Right.
And for example, St. Martin has almost $70 for the airport tax. So if our price is $19.99, you have to add the $70. And if you fly, if you want to do an island hopping to another island, you have to pay that airport tax again. So and then you have to pay for the round trip. So the airport tax, unfortunately, is relatively a lot higher in the region compared to the fares.
Right.
And especially if you do island hopping, so to several islands.
Adds up.
And if in Europe or in the US, you don't have to pay all the airport taxes because you fly within the same
Same country.
the same country.
Yeah. So
So that's a big difference, and people need to understand that that's the case
right.
if you want to do Caribbean island hopping.
And even when we've given away Win Air tickets on the air, right? What we've done is it's always been, taxes and fees are the responsibility of the passenger.
Correct.
We'll give you the ticket to the fare, but you got to pay your own taxes and fees, and that's just kind of the way business works.
Well, we have if we do vouchers, giveaways, or raffles, you can win a ticket, and we pay for the taxes. Most of the time, when we have any other affairs where we give taxes, when we give tickets, then yes, you have to pay for your own taxes because
We all have to pay a
depends.
little tax.
It all depends. on
We all
where
got
you're
to pay a
flying
little.
to.
We all got to pay a little
Yeah,
tax
yeah.
sometime, right? As much as we don't like to, we all have to do it. So the coconut fairs you said start when?
It will start next week on the 26th of August, exactly 12 a.m.
So
AM?
midnight.
Yes, midnight.
Midnight. Okay.
Exactly from midnight.
Get up early.
And we have
Or stay up late.
over 10,000 seats available for those fairs. It will be published online, and the sale will close exactly on the 31st. Actually, it's 1st of September, because when it's 12
Right at midnight.
a.m. it will shut down.
Midnight.
Midnight.
Midnight to midnight.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Correct.
Brilliant. This is a great opportunity.
It's a great opportunity to make use of it. I have a lot of friends that are already waiting for it because then they get a chance to travel.
Sure.
Because you live here on this island. and you
Where's
can
your favorite island to go island hopping to?
Well, I actually went to Statia for the first time.
I've never been.
It's amazing. It's a beautiful piece of paradise on this earth. It's definitely, I would definitely recommend going there. And for sure, Barbados, because it's equally beautiful. I must say, all the Caribbean islands are extremely beautiful, and I think we are very, very lucky.
And they're all
to live
different
here.
too. They're all
They
different.
have
Different
their
culture.
own
Different.
history, their own culture. I still have to do a lot of exploring myself. But I was very impressed with Statia and the history, what they have.
So Hans, where's your favorite?
Well, I love Nevis.
Yeah.
Because it's maybe one of the lesser known islands because it's like people think about St. Kitts, but Nevis, it's only a 30-minute flight from here, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's small, but it's 10,000 people living there. But it has its own culture. It's very relaxed. especially compared to St. Martin. So
Yeah.
if you're out for a weekend, you really have a different vibe there. Great food, so great hiking also. I really like Nevis. But again, as Pascal said, I was last year was for the first time in St. Lucia, also a great island.
Mm.
So many things to discover here.
Try them all.
Oh,
Try
there
them
you go.
all. Fly-winair.sx.
/ coconut deals.
Coconut. Okay, there you go. I love that coconut deals. That's awesome. Oh, so listen. A long time ago, we played this game on the air called "Where in the World is Doctor Sock?" We did this with Helena. We
Yes.
did probably 5 or 6 islands. I think we should think about doing that again. What do you think?
That's a great idea.
We had so much fun. We had so much fun. I think the technology is better too. That
Yep.
we might be able, rather than we used to go and do interviews and do our legwork and then record stuff and come back and then do it from here. But I think now the technology is so much better. If we can get a good internet connection, go host the morning show wherever we're going to be. Do it all bang.
Yes.
So we'll have to do a little legwork beforehand.
Absolutely, we can do that. We can highlight. We can go to all the highlights from the different islands, and people will guess where you are.
And then and you got a chance to win a.
And you get a
Of
chance
course,
to win a
we
ticket.
throw in some tickets. That's
Yes.
We'll throw in
good.
some
Of
tickets,
And you'll
we'll-
have to pay the tax for it. When we give away the tickets, the tax is included.
We'll figure out how we get people to call in to win, and we'll see if we can find a great weekend stay and a
Yes,
few
absolutely.
dinners and breakfasts and lunches and some activities too. So I miss doing that. It was always a ton of fun.
Oh, we start doing it soon.
Perfect. Anything else we should let people know before we take a break?
I have a little fun fact about the ATR, the new
Yeah.
ATR that we
Yeah.
just received. It has 2 seats facing the other 2 seats, so we have like a little
Oh,
4
oh,
seats
cool.
corner. Yeah, it's really fun. And I mean, if you want to talk to each other, if you have a business meeting,
That's cool.
it's really fun.
Where are those on the plane?
They're
Are th-
all the way to the back.
All the way to the back.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yep.
I you used to see that on the big airlines and the big planes.
Yeah,
A
you don't
little
see,
bit.
Yeah, you don't see that often, but it creates so 4 people sitting opposite, like in a train or something. So it's a
Right.
different. It's a different feeling to have, and it's great.
I
It's,
love
it's,
that.
it's less of a bus feeling, more like a train feeling.
Yeah.
Indeed, you can
There you go.
talk and you know.
Yeah. What a
the
that's
interaction
awesome.
with each other.
Awesome stuff. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And we do this regular now.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Deal.
Very
Deal.
nice.
Perfect. It is 10:02. I am horribly late, but this is what happens when I get going, right? Can't take me anywhere. Can't take me anywhere. Let me see if I can get myself back on time here. I think if I I'm just trying to adjust everything and get ourselves back in sync. It's when I have these big great interviews, I just don't like to stop. You know me, I love to talk. So there you go. So that's one station organized. Let me get 105 organized, and then I think we're good to go. More Fresh Air in the Morning is on the way. Please stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.